Things are starting to get real interesting up in Ann Arbor. Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh could be seeing the end of the tunnel sooner than later if he doesn't get the programs together quickly and find a way to build off any success that he can find. Consistency has been the main story of the Michigan Wolverines ever since Harbaugh arrived back to his alma mater. Back in 2015, Harbaugh had a goal to take his team back to the top, playing for Big Ten championships and playoff appearances, but he has been stopped by a few rocks in the road that he just can't seem to get by.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
Over the past 5 years, he has a record of 3-8 against rivals Michigan State and Ohio State. None of these wins came against the Buckeyes. He's also just 1-6 at home against these two teams, coming off a 27-24 loss to the Spartans. Now, I can't take away from the fact that Michigan has had some pretty convincing victories in the past, but they just haven't been able to reach that elite level of talent, and most of the time they're not showing up in the big-time games. A 10-win season sounds good for any program, but when you're considered a blue blood like Michigan, you expect to exceed those expectations and compete for something more than third place in the Big Ten East. Coming off a 27-24 loss to the Spartans at home, and having doubt about Ohio State later on in the season, the question about whether Jim Harbaugh is the right guy for the Wolverines is becoming more clear.
I mean, I don't know what, I think Jim Harbaugh just ought to take a good look in the mirror and say, I need to find an exit. Call his agent, and there'll be 10, 12 NFL openings here in a few weeks.
A positive that we can't take away from Harbaugh's tenure is that he has put a great amount of talent in the NFL. Michigan even led the 2017 NFL draft in picks. So clearly talent hasn't been the problem for the Wolverines because they've had championship teams on paper. It's just a matter of being able to execute in big-time games, which is something that Harbaugh has been bashed for since his arrival. So will he be able to turn the tide before it's too late? Only time will tell. One thing we do know for sure is that his margin for error is becoming smaller by the week.